If I'm the US government and I say I'm supporting the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front, or their ridiculously misnamed Tigrayan Defense Forces, if they are just, why is it problematic for me to admit what's really happening, to have an even-handed perspective, to say what's going on? Because if I feel I'm right, then of course you can always admit, we all make mistakes. So if I'm in the right, but I can admit I made a little mistake. So if all of a sudden you're saying, well, nothing bad is happening whatsoever, everything is good, it's only one side, that's a sign that you're trying to create a narrative to forward a political goal. And I think going back to the issue of the framing, that's why the issue of how the conversation is framed is important, because where they're gonna take it. Because the reality is this: when it becomes one side is committing genocide and the other side is the victim of genocide, then only two things really become possible from a foreign policy point: sanctions and intervention. And certainly we know the reality of sanctions, no matter what they say, no matter how targeted they say they are, they only hurt the people. Look at Venezuela, look at Iran, look at Cuba, you can see it right now. And certainly the interventions, we have to look no further than Libya, from Syria, from Iraq, from Afghanistan, that they've just completely destroyed all of these countries and many of the neighboring countries. But that really becomes the only thing, because you raise the level of crime to genocide, you've created a perspective where people don't want to question it. And they're like, well, we got to do something because this is so bad. So that, I think, is really the nature of why this has been so outlandish and so over the top and so myopic in terms of what's actually going on, is that there's a deeper hidden goal that is behind this. And I think that really, for those of us especially who are living in the United States, is really the upshot of the entire thing. Is that the US government reserves the right to determine for every other country what kind of government they have, what kind of economic policy they have, what they can do, where they can go, what the regional relations between countries can be, what the internal balance of power can be. And of course, for years in the region, the TPLF was willing to go along with that narrative. Because of their own brutality, they were sidelined in their own coalition, and they decided to launch a war in order to reinsert themselves into the political agenda. And I think that's why the United States has jumped on the bandwagon, because they've seen a great opportunity to use this insurgent conflict in order to leverage more support inside of the Ethiopian government, and because of the weight of Ethiopia, inside of the Horn, to determine the direction of the politics. And I think that that is 100% incorrect, 100% wrong. Exactly what's wrong with US foreign policy, that it's designed to coerce other nations to do whatever they want to do. And I think we should use this as a turning point moment, in my view, to talk more about the role of the US and the West on the African continent more generally, whether we're talking about in West Africa, with what we see with French in the United States and also the Germans, what we're now seeing in Southern Africa with the Italians using ISIS as a threat to promote intervention in Mozambique, also in the DRC, US Special Forces in Ghana, bases being built in Niger.